Hello students, I am Sachitrakar. Welcome to Cars Physics. This is my lecture 7 on electric potential. Okay. In lecture 6, we have discussed, means in previous lecture, lecture 6, in previous lecture, we have discussed electric potential due to a charged conducting solid sphere or a charged conducting hollow sphere or a charged non-conducting hollow sphere. So, result is same for these three cases. Why? Because for a conducting solid sphere, charge resides on the surface. For a conducting hollow sphere, also charge resides on the surface. For charged non-conducting hollow sphere, again charge resides on the surface. Okay. So for all these three cases, charge resides only on the surface of sphere. So inside the surface, electric field is zero and potential is constant. Okay. In this lecture, means in lecture 7, we will discuss, in this lecture we will discuss potential due to a non-conducting solid sphere. Non-conducting, or you may write dielectric, same thing. Non-conducting solid sphere or dielectric solid sphere with uniform volume density of charge. This is the case. With uniform volume density of charge. So the case is there also electric field due to non-uniform volume density of charge. Okay. This is also very easier case, but from very beginning I like to say this derivation or this result is mostly used for competitive exams like JEE or NEET, etc. Okay. So this derivation or the result is very useful for JEE and NEET. Okay. You may write down the concept on which we are on which we will discuss in today's class. Potential due to a non-conducting or dielectric solid sphere with uniform volume density of charge. Okay. Let's consider, I will erase it now. This is our today's discussion. Potential due to a non-conducting or dielectric solid sphere with uniform volume density of charge. Will I erase it? Will I erase it? Okay. Let's consider a non-conducting hollow sphere. Non-conducting solid sphere. Non-conducting solid sphere. Okay. Radius of the sphere, let R. Okay. So the basic concept, if charge is given to a conductor, no charge remains inside the body. If charge is given to a conducting body, no charge remains inside the conductor. The total charge is distributed on the surface. But if charge is given to a non-conducting body or insulating body, okay, then charge may reside inside the body. Why? Because in a non-conducting body, there is no free charge. Okay. As we have discussed in previous lectures in electric charge and electric field, a non-conducting body doesn't contain free charges. So, for a non-conducting body, charge resides where it is given. For a non-conducting body, charge resides where it is given. So if charge is given to the body, then charge may reside inside the body. So this is the case. Okay. This is the case of uniform volume distribution of charge. Charge is distributed uniformly throughout the volume of the sphere. Throughout the volume of the sphere. Okay. R is radius of the sphere. Okay. Let total charge given, total charge is equal to Q. Let rho is equal to uniform volume density of charge. Okay, rho is uniform volume density of charge, means rho is equal to charge per unit volume. So rho is equal to total charge is Q, volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Sorry, capital R, radius 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is uniform volume density of charge. Okay. So I am writing here rho is equal to Q divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay. Then our first case, case 1. Potential outside the sphere. Potential outside the sphere. Okay. R is the radius of the sphere. R is the radius of the sphere. Let's consider any point A outside the sphere. Okay. A is any point outside the sphere. So R is distance of A from the center of sphere. Okay. R is variable. R is variable means potential outside the sphere. We may write R is greater than radius. R is greater than radius of the sphere. So if R is greater than radius of the sphere, then we may consider a point outside the sphere where we have to find the electric potential. Okay. The previous concept. Electric potential. Okay. At point A, electric field is K, Q by R square. As we know, electric field at a distance R is KQ by R square. Okay. Then, as we know, electric potential at any point in the electric field. Electric potential at any point in the electric field is the amount of work done to bring an unit charge from infinity to that point by the help of external agent. Potential at any point is defined as amount of work done to bring an unit charge from infinity to that point. Okay. So, again our general formula dV is equal to minus E dot dr. Potential difference is dV, dr is small distance, dV is small change in potential. Okay. We require electric potential at point A. Okay. Then dV is equal to minus E dr cos 0. As we know, direction of electric field from positive charge. Okay. So charge cos 0. So along the direction of electric field, if we place an unit charge, it will move along the direction of electric field. So dV for external force we have taken negative, and all these concepts were already discussed in previous lectures. Okay. Don't be confused. Why it is taken as negative, I have discussed in brief. Okay. Then dV is equal to minus E dr. Now integrating both sides, dV. So potential at infinity, potential at A. Okay, the charge is brought from infinity to point A. Okay, it is equals to minus integration of E dr. Again, will bring the charge from infinity to point A. Distance of A is R. Distance is always measured from the center of the from the center of the sphere. Okay. Now integration of dV is V. Limit V infinity. Potential at infinity to potential at A is equal to minus integration infinity to R. Electric field is K Q by R square into dr. Then this is V minus V infinity minus KQ integration of 1 by R square dr infinity to R. Then VA potential at infinity is 0. Then this is equals to KQ integration of 1 by R square dr is minus 1 by R, and limit here is from infinity to R. So VA is equal to minus KQ, minus into minus plus, minus into minus plus, 1 by R, minus 1 by infinity. So potential at A is KQ by R. So R is the distance of A from the center. Okay. So potential outside the sphere means at a distance R from the center. We got it. Now I can erase it. I think you have taken screenshot. Okay, I have paused the video and you may write it. Then potential at A, outside the sphere, potential is VA, potential at point A, we got it, KQ by R, or VA is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Okay, this is outside the sphere. Next point, second point. On potential on the surface of sphere. Potential on the surface of sphere, here R is equal to R. See, this R is variable. Outside the sphere, R is greater than R. On the surface of sphere, R is equal to R. So, potential on the surface, let's take S. Potential on the surface of sphere, let's take Vs. Potential on the surface is K, Q by R. In place of small r, we may put capital R. Okay. Then, potential, third case, potential inside the sphere R less than R. If we consider any point P, let this point is P, then R is again distance of P from center of sphere. R is the distance of P from center of sphere, as I have discussed, as R is variable. If we take a point outside the sphere, then R is greater than radius. If you take on the surface, R is equal to radius. If you take inside the surface, then R less than radius of the sphere. Okay. But in previous cases, in lecture 6, we have discussed potential inside the surface of sphere is equals to potential on the surface of sphere. Potential inside the sphere means potential at any point inside the sphere is equal to potential on the surface of sphere. But the case was different. In previous lecture we have discussed there is no charge, hence no electric field inside the sphere. Okay? If sphere is conducting or non-conducting but hollow. For solid conducting sphere, electric field is 0 inside the sphere. For hollow conducting sphere, electric field 0 inside the sphere. For a non-conducting hollow sphere, again electric field is 0. Because there is no charge, no field lines, so no electric field. But here, this is the case of uniform volume distribution of charge. Okay, so there is charge inside the sphere. So there is electric field inside the sphere. And inside the sphere, at any distance r from the center, we have got the expression for electric field applying Gauss law. Okay, I have discussed it in chapter 1 under application of Gauss law, electric field inside a sphere with uniform volume density of charge. So electric field inside the sphere at a distance r is given as rho r divided by 3 epsilon naught. Electric field rho r divided by 3 epsilon naught. Here electric field directly proportional to distance. So if r is 0 at center, so at center electric field is 0. As distance increases, electric field increases and becomes maximum on the surface. Okay, so electric field rho is uniform volume density. In place of rho I can write Q divided by 4 by 3 pi r cube into r by 3 epsilon naught. 3 cancels. So electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q r by r cube. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is k. So electric field is k q r by r cube. This is electric field inside the charge sphere with uniform volume distribution of charge. Electric field at a distance r from the center of the sphere is given as k q r by cube of radius. This was the result from Gauss law. I will apply it now. Okay. So here electric field inside is k q r by r cube. What we got? K q r by r cube. I think you have gone through the previous lectures application of Gauss law, and this is the result. Okay, this is also very good application for your competitive exams like NEET and JEE, etc. Okay, then again the same concept. We have to find potential at point P, means inside the sphere. Again the same concept. dV is equal to minus E dot dr. Okay. See, on the surface we got potential is k q by r. This is potential on the surface, k q by r. Now we have to find potential at point P. Let potential at point P is Vp. Okay. Then integrating both sides, we will move from surface to this point. Let's take this point a little inside the surface. Little distance, means it is approximately on the surface. So integration of dV, potential on the surface, and we are moving to point P, potential at point P. Okay, potential at point P from surface to P point. Okay, then minus, in place of electric field I can write k q by r cube. So this is E dr cos 0, as we know from previous discussion, and this is negative. Why we take negative sign, you know it. Okay, minus E dr cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. In place of E, we can write k q by r cube into r dr. Cos 0 is 1. And limit varies from, we are moving from surface to this point. Distance is always measured from the center. Distance is always measured from the center. From center to surface, distance is r. From center to point P, distance is r. Then integration of dV is V. Potential on surface, potential at point P minus K Q by R cube. Integration R to R dr. Then this is potential at point P minus potential at surface minus KQ by R cube. Integration of R dr is R square by 2. Limit varies from R to R. Then Vp, V at surface, K Q by R is equal to minus KQ by R cube into R square by 2 minus R square by 2. Okay. Note it down first. I will erase to solve. Okay. Note it first. Taken all these things, I will erase. Okay. I think you are finding easier. This is very easier derivation, but the concept is a very good concept for application. Okay. Then I will erase now. Now solving. Bp minus KQ by R is equal to KQ by R cube. This is minus into R square by 2 into R square by 2 minus into minus plus KQ. Sorry, this is capital R. KQ by R cube minus into minus plus into R square by 2. Then Vp, potential at point P, minus KQ by R is equal to minus KQ R square by 2R cube plus KQ. R square cancels R cube. Okay. KQ by 2R. Okay. And Vp is equal to, take it right side, KQ by R minus KQ, or write plus KQ by 2R minus KQ R square by 2R cube. Is it clear to all? Okay. The simple solving. Then potential at point P, see, KQ by R plus half KQ by R. X plus x by 2 is 3x by 2. KQ by R plus half KQ by R is 3 by 2 KQ by R minus KQ R square by 2 R cube. Okay. Then potential at point P, KQ by R, bring it common. Then inside the bracket 3 by 2 minus KQ by R, we have brought it common. Then R square by 2 R square. KQ by R square by 2R. This is potential at any point inside the sphere. Okay. From this you can find potential on the surface. Here R is less than R. On the surface I am finding this from this point. On surface R is equal to R. In place of R put R, capital R. Then potential on surface is KQ by R. KQ by R into 3 by 2 minus, in place of R we may put R square by 2R square. 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So potential on the surface K. I think where I have missed something. No, it will not be like this, because potential varies. As distance increases, potential varies. On the surface, potential is K cube by R, sorry, at the center, okay, at the center, distance is 0, at the center, distance is 0. R is equal to capital R on the surface, R is less than radius inside, R is greater than radius outside, R is equal to 0 at the center. So potential at center BC, K cube by R into 3 by 2. R is 0, so this comes potential at center 3 by 2 K cube by R. Okay. Potential at center, see, if R is 0, then potential is maximum. So at center, potential is maximum. See, if this is 0, this factor becomes 0. Okay. Then 0 is subtracted, so potential is maximum at center. Okay. This is the concept. Okay. Now, potential is maximum at the center, and in previous JEE exam, the graphical variation of potential with distance was asked. Let's represent. These are the results. This is potential on the inside the sphere. I am writing here. Okay. Potential inside the sphere at any point P, K Q by R into 3 by 2 minus R square by 2R square. Okay. This is the result. Now, I will erase all these things. I am writing here potential inside Vp, whatever we got, K Q by R into 3 by 2 minus R square by 2R square. Okay. Now, the variation of potential with distance, see, let's take, this is the charged sphere with uniform volume distribution of charge. Okay. Radius of the sphere is R. This is center, this is surface, so distance goes on increasing. Okay. Variation of potential, variation of distance at center here, R is 0, at center R is 0 and potential is maximum. That maximum potential is 3 by 2 KQ by R. 3 by 2 KQ by R. See, we may compare potential on the surface is KQ by R. Potential at center is 3 by 2 KQ by R. I may write here potential at center is 3 by 2 times or 1 by 5 times, 1.5 times potential on surface. So, potential at center is greater than potential at surface. Potential at center is maximum. This is at center. So, as we move from center to surface, then potential decreases. Okay. Potential at center is 3 by 2 times potential on surface. So, potential goes on decreasing. On the surface, this is the point. On the surface, R is equal to R. On the surface, R is equal to R. So, potential becomes on the surface K. This is variation of potential K Q by R on the surface. Then, outside the surface, see, outside the surface, potential is k q by r, means potential inversely proportional to distance. So from outside the surface, potential goes on decreasing. Potential goes on decreasing. Okay. V inversely proportional to r. This is the inside, and this is outside the sphere. Okay. This is about the graphical representation, the variation of potential with distance r. Okay. R is 0 at center, r is equal to r on the surface, and thereafter r is greater than r. Okay. So this is a small discussion, but the concept is very good concept. This is the end of lecture 7. Okay. Thank you, my dear children. Thank you for your sincere support. Thanks.